Hi there. So now it is time for a new activity with the Hour of Code. So I'm happy to bring to you and teach you. You know the game we play on the internet? Sometimes you see like players, like the background itself moving, and you see the players moving on the background. Really what it is it's not the sprite itself moving. It's actually the background, and that's called a scrolling background. So it is not the actual animation, it's the background to that. So we're going to show you how to do that today. We have a very simple activity here for you, how to put it together, and then the rest is up to you. All right? So are you ready to scratch? Ready? Let's go. All right, so we have a cat there. The cat wants to go for a walk in the woods. So we need a background of a forest. Not really a background, but it's called a scrolling background. We'll call it a background from now on, though. But on your screen in the corner, let's see. You see that down there at the bottom? That's not great for a scrolling background. That's good for something that's stationary. But if you want a scrolling background, that's probably not going to work because those are more permanent. And I'll show you why. I'll pick just a random background here. We'll just pick this little baseball field here. If it had a scrolling background, great. But look at the background for motion. See up there, it looks like there is no motion in that blocks. There is no motion blocks. So we cannot change that. So we do not want that. We want to throw that out. Okay, so how do we do a scrolling background? You will need to make a sprite. That's right, like a person or a character. That sprite itself can move. So we want to go ahead and make a new sprite. So I mentioned in the woods, so that's very simple with the ground. You can make the blue sky behind it, plus one or two trees, maybe some clouds. It's up to you. Real simple. But you can create as much as you want. No creation limitation here. So we want the bottom of the background to be green. We do not want it to be outlined. So we're just going to make it green there. And you want to make sure it's fully in the square, and I'll show you why a little bit later. But right now we have the screen area. Next we're going to do blue for the sky. Oh, nope, I forgot to pick a new square, so I got to back up. Now it's ready. So I want them almost the same exact size. So you can see you don't see the white line, so I can move it a little bit more where we don't see that white line. Okay, so that works. That's nice. It's clean. There's no line interrupting it there. Now, where's my cat? Oh, the cat is behind the background because the background is actually in front. So we will change the background to be in the back. So we need to do that with the codes. But before I do that, I want to add clouds. So let me go ahead and add some clouds here. Pick the circle icon. We want our clouds to be white. Now, to make the shape of the cloud, we need to pick that cursor. We need to get the pointer cursor, the pinned cursor. Okay, so you can click anywhere on that line and you're able to stretch or modify that shape as much as you'd like. I am not an expert artist, but that is up to you. So I have my clouds. Now I want to go back to the coding. Now we've got to find our cat. So before we pick the background, we need to pick like appearance. So there's a block that's called go to the front layer. So that's definitely what we need. And I want that to be back. I want it to say go to the back layer. Okay, so you see the cat now. Okay, so the cat actually looks like it's floating in air. So let's move that thing a little bit. Great. Now the cat's moved. We need to click the green flag. Now remember, we want the background to move, not the cat. So we need to click the background again. We got our green flag here. Now we want our background to be in the middle, so we're going to have to change our coordinates to 0, 0 for X, Y. So we've got the background in the middle, and that helps us to make sure that everything goes smoothly from here on out. So when the cat moves, we will need the background to move, not the actual cat. We don't want the cat and the background to move. We need the background scrolling as it looks like the cat is moving. So we have this scrolling background that we need to change the motion to. Remember the grid that we use, the XY coordinates, we need to change the X position. So change X by, let's say 10, that's fine. And we want it to move forever. We want that motion to last forever. Now let's check that and see if it works. Alright, but you noticed the background scrolled, and now it looks like the cat has moved backwards. So we'll have to pick some different numbers here for our X coordinate. So we've got it looking like the cat is going forward, but we want to repeat it because we want the scroll to come back to its original position to where it scrolls some more. So how we do that is we have to look at the X number, which is -10, minus 567, sorry, the one that minus 172, which is right there. Then we want to start over again. So let's put a if-then statement in here. And then an operations category. So if it's less than 500 or less than minus 500, then we'll have to change the X position again. Okay, do that. And then the scroll will start over. I'm guessing the number could be, let's see. We'll stop it there. $514, so that's about right. So we'll go to 500. We'll have the X go to 500. And the Y is 0. It's the same. We don't want the background to move up and down. We only want it to scroll behind the cat. So let's see if it works. Alright, now it looks like the cat is walking forward because of our scrolling background. That looks good. So you see, it looks like he's walking pretty fast. We want him to kind of slow his pace down, maybe to 5. X as a -5. And that is where the cat looks like it's going at a regular pace. But the cat looks a little high. Looks a little too far up on the screen. So let's move him down, okay? Now the background is perfect. It's scrolling perfectly. But look, there's a white space in that. So let me stop this from playing here. I want you to see the scrolling. When it scrolls back, there's a white space. So it looks like nothing's there. We need to have another one in that position. So we copy the scrolling background. So we add that and copy that, and it should work. So how we do that is the sprite background. Go to the sprite background. We can duplicate it. Now we have them a little bit overlapping. So it's still white because both of them are at the same starting spot. So we need that second background to be in a different position. So I'll have to start at X and end at X differently than the first one started at. So the first X started at 500. This second sprite background needs to start at a different number. We'll need to, let's see, 500, and the rest should be fine to be the same. So let's start that. Oh, nicely put there. Awesome. Looks smooth. So now we want to add, you can add more clouds if you want to. You can add rocks. You can add trees. And how you do that is you go back to your first original background and make it a costume and duplicate it. So I want to throw out the clouds. Maybe put a tree there. We need to make it thick for the trunk of the tree. We want it brown. So brown's perfect. It's not thick enough though. I want to do it thicker. Alright, that's better. Now we'll do green for the trees. We'll select paint. But we wanted a different green than the ground color. So, or maybe not too different. I don't know. Now let's move and color it in. Alright, there's my tree. Now in coding you need two costumes because you're going back and forth. So we'll do the next costume under looks. Now when that moves, it swaps the original one for the second one. So you see the tree's there, then there's no tree. So he's continuing to walk, and then you'll see the tree again about right now. Perfect timing. So he's just walking along, minding his own business. That's where you can add rocks or birds or animals. There's different things you can put in there. But you do have to replace each costume. You can have as many as you'd like. So I think that's about all of adding to the scrolling background that we have. If you would like to make your cat look like they're walking, there's another outfit for the cat as well. You can hit Control and the arrow key and let the cat move different ways so that the scrolling kind of looks a little differently there. You can change it up as much as you'd like. So that's the basic introduction on how to make a scrolling background. So have fun, create your own, keep those imaginations going, and send me your finished product. I look forward to seeing it. Have fun scratching. Scratch on. Bye.